We do have a keyboard. If you cup your hand like this and just pop it out, that's your keyboard there as well. First things first, your power button. No, yeah.
I'm doing it, Meg.
Okay, I'm doing it too.
Here's your power button here, and this does swivel as well. I know you guys are working on getting a TV, but for the meantime, it does swivel. Power button here, this is what it's going to look like when it powers up. So what you would do after that is step one would be your patient. That's where you would do patient info. You would type in, of course you got your keyboard down here, you would type in your patient info, and just type in there. You can hit tab.
Nice.
Type in, tab, and just tab through. If you want to do gender, you can just hit F. It'll auto populate. Birth date. I'll just put mine in real quick. And tab. If you want to put in any other information, you can. OB, it'll always be set at OB pretty much. You can put in the LMP here, and as you can see, all I did was hover over it. And it allowed it lit up. So I'll put in an LNP. What are we in July? So I'll put May 05 11 2017. You've got 7 weeks 1 day is what it put it as. I did put some labels here, as you can see, so that's going to really help you out, especially if you're not on it all the time. You can hit to enter into your exam. You can hit OK here or OK here by using my cursor and then your set button. If you try and use this set button when you're in patient info, it's not going to let you, just so you know. It's your right one. So now you're ready to scan. You've got your patient info. The next thing you want to make sure is if you're using the correct probe. Your probe button is right here. Just select that. Have a nice little picture. EV, it shows you the endovaginal or the 2D probe right here. Then you would select which trimester you're in. Probably, if you're doing presentation, then you'll either be in routine or penetration. Those, it does not matter. You can select either one.
They're the same.
Same. Let me go back into probe. If you were doing a first trimester, though, you would select first trimester. And it's going to change those settings. Save here. A save and print. Or just print. You probably won't be doing any clips, but the sonographers might, so we have that there. Calculations is if anybody's doing any calculations of crown rump length. Here, if you hit calc, this pops up automatically. Isn't that nice? It really simplifies and makes things intuitive. So then you could either select it from here by hitting your set button, or I didn't mean to do that. My knuckle hit that. Or you can hit crown rump length there. Set. And set. And you've got your dates. Very easy.
So you set your cursor, use your roller button, and set it again.
Okay. That's right. And then it gave me my dates right here.
Okay,
Cool.
Awesome.
So then you could just push save.
Save or save and print if you wanted a hard copy of it. Exactly.
Nice, right?
Unfreeze, and you're ready to do your next thing. If you want to do heart rate, if you do M mode's where it shows you the line, and it automatically starts going. Or if you hit pulse wave, that's where it gives you that little gate, and you can hear the heartbeat. Yeah, exactly. And
so
then
all you have to do is point it in the right spot and hit one of those buttons.
So yep. So what you do, when they're that tiny, the best thing is to zoom up as much as you can. That's going to be the easiest. So here's your zoom button. I'm just going to turn it by zooming. See, it's zooming into that area. It shows you my zoom box.
Shame Erica's not here.
I know. You just put her on the thing and
right?
practice on her.
Very nice.
I was just thinking about that.
So there's the pulse wave there. Then yes, this is what we call a gate. You put that gate in the heart, and then when you're ready, you hit set. And then you could hear it, and not power. You can, if you want to hear it even louder, here's my sound.
So tell me again how you got the bar here.
So let's go back to 2D. So you're scanning here. First off, I zoomed in. Because that's going to make that heart a little bigger. I hit pulse wave.
Pulse wave, okay.
And then I hit my set button.
Okay.
That activated it. And that's it. So then from there, you would hit freeze. Because now you want to take the measurement. So you have to freeze it. Then you hit calc.
And this is the beat to beat?
Beat to beat.
Okay.
Fetal heart rate. Now, let me show you. You do have to select it, because if you don't, it's going to give you a velocity, and you're like, what is that? So hit fetal heart rate, and then you have to select it. And it is
It's 2.
1 beat, actually.
Uh-huh.
It says 2, but it's 1. So yes, that's how you do that. 2D, you just push it. That's going to take you back to your regular screen. It's like a screen. It's like your home base when you hit 2D.
Oh, that's the, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're mostly going to use 2D.
It was right in the middle on our other machine. If you remember, it was a yellow button.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So 2D will get you home base. You want to get out of everything, go back to your regular screen. Of course, your freeze again. If you do want to annotate, do you ever type?
No.
Okay. Don't worry about it then. I'm trying to think. In mode, pulse wave.
If we're looking for cardiac activity early in the first trimester, do you recommend just the first trimester preset, or is there, because with the other one there was a few different things you could
just
try?
First trimester, because what it's going to do, it accounts for the depth of the uterus in the first trimester, and so that's going to be your best image for that.
Our last system, it had like OB first, nuchal first.
Yeah, so that's fine. And so for our position checks at 34 weeks, we're just going to hit third trimester?
Yep, which is, you can see 2 to 3.
penetration or the
Either
routine?
one, they're going to be the same one.
Okay.
Yep. And the biggest thing that it accounts for, let me just show you. So if I'm at first trimester, look at the depth, how the depth changes. Did it not change? And I just counted myself. Okay, never, don't listen to me then. It didn't do it. First trimester would be like at a lower depth, whereas a second trimester would be at a higher depth. It accounts for that depth. That's the only difference. Let me just show you calc though. If you're ever in second trimester and you're like, what are my first trimester measurements? Don't freak out. You've got your first trimester tab right there. And then you can do it from right there. So you don't have to do the probe and all that, but you've got both tabs here.
We also had a function on the other machine where you could see color.
Yes.
It would allow you to isolate the fetal heart or whatever.
If you're trying to rule it out, for sure, especially. Yes, absolutely. So here's your color.
Okay.
You just pop it in, put it in there.
Cool.
Yeah.
On and off. Color on and off.
This is exciting.
It says C. There's a C. Yep. It'll be a C right there. And then after that, I mean, if you do want to go into report, you can go into report. See, this was the date we put in under patient info, 7 weeks, 1 day. This is actual ultrasound age. That's what that crown rump link measured. And then we have that fetal heart.
Where's the report button again?
Report is
On the
right
left.
here. Yep.
Does it say report?
It says report.
Cool.
Yeah, it does.
Love that.
It says report. And then, of course, you can save and print an image of that. That's nice because then you've got that image there.
Oh.
And then one
That'll come
prints.
out on the thermal.
And then the thermal prints. Exactly.
Is that thermal paper expensive? Should I be worried about printing out a bunch of pictures?
I
for
mean,
people?
It's like $65 for a box.
it's pretty expensive, but if you're printing 1 or 2 or 3,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Okay.
I scanned at a place,
They
we
should
would
let the kids
print
stand
out
there
an
and just
entire
pull it
anatomy
like toilet
scan, which was
paper.
like 50, 60 images.
Good gracious.
We spent a lot of money on thermal, but a couple of pictures is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is helpful for us too.
Yeah, you can just take a picture and keep it with you.
I mean,
Well,
it'll be,
we
if
can
we
scan it into the
use our
chart if
little
we need
code
to.
for the patient, it'll be in the system for them, so we could recover
That's
it in
right.
time.
And then to get out of report, you just hit report and you're back into the scanning page.
Cool.
And then if you are ready, end exam.
Does that say end exam?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, so anything I didn't label, it's because it's already labeled. The system labeled it.
What is this key here?
Text.
So if we wanted
Annotation.
to annotate, which
Yep.
is
Okay.
Wanna write, like
Text.
butt.
Baby, that might be something you want to use. Baby, it just, you know.
Cephalic breach, trihead to.
Transverse head to
transverse
left, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Transverse head to
Okay.
right.
Okay, cool.
And there are
That's
2
great.
pages for annotation 1 and 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right,
Yay.
that's helpful actually.
Yeah.
I want to annotate that because I'm not a photo.
So then if you're so if you're trying to annotate, you would move the mouse to the thing that you're annotating
Exactly.
and check it.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Great. Okay.
Don't nail me down on that.
I know, right? We do that too. We're like, I'm not gonna write anything.
Does anybody else have any questions for
I think that was pretty
her on how she's?
You're gonna be slow, and that's just to be expected because you're learning a whole new machine. But as you look through, things will make sense, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So
Pretty
one of the things I
intuitive.
know, so this set button is about the keyboard, and this set button is about this,
above the keyboard.
and what's above the keyboard, right? Just
They're
for
both
clarification.
do the same thing.
Okay, because there was one point where this one wasn't going to work.
Yeah,
if
so
we did-
exactly. So
Okay.
the only time this one isn't going to be active is when you're in the patient page.
Oh, okay.
That's
what
the
I was
only
trying to
difference.
figure out. Okay, all right.
But when you're in the scan mode, they both work
They're
the same.
interchangeable.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
That's the only difference.
And then what are these keys here? The depth and the focus keys.
So depth is going to change your depth here. You can see, and sometimes it's very useful because, say she has a very large uterus and you can't get it all in the image, then you would increase your depth to
Okay.
try and do
Basically
that.
zooming out.
Kind of
Yeah.
like that, exactly.
Okay, great.
Focus. This system you will notice does make a difference. So, say your baby's up here. Not so much on position of baby, you don't need the focus as much, but say you're looking at a tiny little baby there and it's just not as clear. If you bring that focus up to the baby, you will notice a big difference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's changing the location.
Exactly. It's taking those waveforms and just focusing in on that area. So
Okay.
it does make a big difference. Like
Okay.
you'll notice and you'll be like, wow, I love that thing.
See that, baby.
Yeah, exactly. So
Right.
Awesome.
Maybe show them like on the early fetuses
Mhm.
if they narrow the field, like you
Yeah.
said, narrow the field, focus.
yep,
Because like at the 6 to 7 week, the heart is really faint.
yeah,
So then show them how to what are the three things?
yep. So
And
when
the
we
frequency being
so first thing you would go to probe first trimester. That would be your starting point. First trimester. So say you were looking at that heart and you really wanted to what we call hone in on that heart. This is your scan area. Let's see. Come on. Oh, it's gonna go. See how it went in? It's gonna focus in on
So
that
you're
area.
isolating that.
You're
right there,
exactly. You're isolating in that little area. Then you would even probably decrease your depth because babies are usually way up here. So then you're going to decrease your depth. You've narrowed in and you decreased your depth. Those two things are really going to focus in on that baby.
Because you're not wasting the sound on dispersing on something that you don't need.
targeted.
Right.
Exactly.
So
Especially
it's
on something
on
so
the
small.
heart, like the 6 to 7 week is really faint.
Yeah.
So if you can, like you said, focus in on it and increase the frequency, then you'll be able to pick it up.
More
'Cause a lot of
likely.
times, if the energy is wasted, you may not see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are good tricks.
That would be step 1, step 2, and then at that point, then I would zoom in.
Cool.
And then, of
That's
course,
cool.
2D will get you back to your normal screen. You would have to bring out your scan area again, though, which is just right here. These buttons correspond with these right here.
That's helpful
yeah,
information.
yeah.
So we can see what our setting is right above.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Exactly, your scan. And so if you wanted to go, it typically up to power, but if you wanted to go down to scan area like we just showed you, you would push it to go up and down. And then whichever one you're on, then you toggle it to change the number. And that's a lot of information, but
No, we videotaped it, and you're
Awesome.
gonna write, and you're gonna give us a little cheat sheet.
yeah, I'll work on that.
Yeah, that would
Actually,
be
I'll take
so
a
great.
picture and do that.
It seems somewhat intuitive.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
told me that.
And it's also kind of similar to the previous machine.
There's some similarities, but I
It
think
is also
I
noticeable.
really like this machine. I mean,
The same buttons.
way less buttons,
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
way less buttons
Lot
to
less
do with
effort.
it.
Apparently you knew how to use about 3 of those buttons.
2.
I used to
Zoom.
Off.
I think we're good.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so